Hello, I know it's been a while, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to talk about my favorite movie, Episode 2. If you could not guess, it is The Terminator. The Terminator... Okay, I can't do that for the whole video, sorry. But, you know what? This is the best outfit I could come up with for the video. Hope you like it, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to talk about Terminator. The Terminator came out in 1984, directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. Here we go. The Terminator, why it's my favorite movie. I should cover that first. Now, I hadn't seen The Terminator since I would say about 2 years ago. I'd seen the second one, I'd seen the third one, and I'd seen Salvation. We'd rather not talk about Salvation or Genesis, but Genesis was decent. But why out of all the movies is the first one, Terminator, my favorite? Well, that's pretty easy. It's simple, but it gets everything right, and it sets up one of the greatest franchises ever, in my opinion. Now, this is a little biased because my heart will always be with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That man is an inspiration, and I like that man almost a little too much. But what makes that movie, in my opinion, so great? The story, the action, the characters. Woo! Alright, let me get into a little more specific in this. So, Linda Hamilton, of course, is Sarah Connor, and she must be terminated. Because, if you didn't know, fully spoilers by the way, in the future, Sarah Connor goes and has a child, John Connor. John Connor's the leader of the resistance in the future, in the year, I think it's like 20 something, I don't know. But, not distant, but not far future, okay, there we go, not far future from now, she'll have a child who will become the leader of the resistance. Skynet, a company, will launch an attack on the Earth, killing everyone besides a few survivors. The survivors are then picked off by Skynet's robots called the Terminators. The Terminators are winning the fight until Kyle Reese comes in. John Connor comes in. John Connor is the leader of the resistance. He's taking all of them out. The machines are like, oh crap, we're gonna lose. Send a guy back in time to stop John Connor from ever being born. No John Connor, yeah. So we'll eliminate Sarah Connor, right? If no Sarah Connor equals no John Connor. So they send a Terminator back, a cybernetic organism, the T-800, Arnold Schwarzenegger, their newest model. Because this thing's so dangerous because it's disguised as a human, so you can't tell the difference until it's shooting you in the face. And the human's like, oh no, they're gonna send someone back, and John's like, they're gonna kill my mom, I'm gonna be erased from history. So he sends Kyle Reese back, not him, I don't know why he doesn't send himself back, I guess that could be weird, I never really thought about that, but he sends his best soldier, Kyle Reese, back in time to go stop the T-800 from killing his mom as a waitress, maybe in her late 20s. So they go back to the 1980s, which is, I think, right? No, 80s or 70s, where most of this movie takes place. And it's basically just like a hunt movie. It's the T-800, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is a cold, calculating villain. Probably one of the greatest villains ever. I love him. He's just, his face is just no emotion. I don't know how Arnie did it, but I don't know. I like it. He's going through and killing everyone in the phone book that has the name Sarah Connor until he finally comes across Sarah Connor, but right before Kyle Reese finds her. So they're on the run from the T-800 because you can't really fight a Terminator or you're gonna die. So they're running. It's a chase movie basically, I would say, but it does things right. I think that there's good action throughout. I would say probably one of the best action scenes almost ever in a movie is the very last action scene with the pipe bombs in the truck. I thought that was great. Sadly, if you don't know, Kyle Reese does die, but not before Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor get a little, you know what I mean, like a they make John Connor. Wow, you didn't know that. Well, Kyle Reese is actually John Connor's father. He's meant to go back in time and all that happens. So, during the final fight, Kyle Reese dies, but Sarah Connor ends up taking out the Terminator. It's a pretty good fight in my opinion. The whole movie, honestly, It's simple, like I said. That's why I like it. And yes, James Cameron directed it. Second movie in a row on my favorite movies list that's directed by James Cameron. I promise that won't be a recurring theme. But, yes, I love The Terminator, okay? It's a simple 80s action movie that you can just sit down and have a great time with. If you have not seen The Terminator, I highly recommend watching it. It almost had me on the edge of the seat the whole time, and that's hard for me to do for movies, because I find movies predictable, but this one wasn't. It was exciting, and I'm going to give Terminator, I know I didn't give Avatar a rating, but my favorite movies, by the way, every single one of these will get a 10 out of 10. That's why they're my favorite movies. Alright? Simple enough. So, Terminator gets a 10 out of 10. I would definitely recommend watching it. Watch the second one, it's almost equally as great. Third one, it kind of starts to get a little meh. Fourth one, don't even bother. Fifth one, that's up to you. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Terminator on episode 2 of My Favorite Movies. What did you guys think about the movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, tomorrow, I just came back from seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. You want to hear my thoughts on that movie? Well, you can come back to my channel tomorrow while I have... well, I guess you'll watch the review. Also, I just wanted to say, thank you for all sticking with my channel. I can't thank you enough. I think this is great. I've loved doing this for the past few months. I hope you guys have loved watching it. I'm going to keep doing it because you guys are awesome. And that, as always, I will see you in the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.